Pack
On
some
that note,
boxes.
welcome to my cards fucking told me to.
Right?
Shit. Well, I'm Jen or Ziggy, however you want to fucking call it. We're not doing bios, anything about
No.
us. Not this time around because we're just kind of fucking around and finding out with what we're going to be doing today. This is episode one. So let's have a little fun, see what happens. We'll get a little more formal later. And who are you?
Well, hi, I'm Cupcake, and we are in the fuck around and find out era of this podcast. So let's see how this goes. I have notes.
I have notes. They're on a different screen, so I'll have to go back and forth. Um, no, I mean, we were talking, we were just talking life. So let's talk about life. I just bought a fucking house. Well, my family, we just bought a house,
Good.
which
That's
I'm really,
fabulous.
really, it's a fucking angel number too. Like, can we just, can I talk about that for a second? Do we have time for
Oh
that?
yeah. Yeah.
So my husband and I have been looking for houses. It is what, May? It's the end of May. Tomorrow's June 1st, his birthday, Gemini baby. Oh,
Oh
anyway.
yeah, we should actually use this to explain that we're in the time machine. So when this
Oh,
drops,
yes. Yes.
it
Sorry.
will be sometime before June 9th. But right now we're in the time machine and it's May 31st.
We're always in the time machine though, because you're
Yeah.
on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast, and
Yeah.
that's why we're doing this via Zoom. So there's always a 3 hour gap here. But yeah, so for months, we've been looking since September of, 2025, we've been looking for houses. And the market, as everyone knows, is fucking shit, especially here in Western New York. And I mean, we lost out on countless amounts of homes. And even the house that we originally put an offer in and it got accepted, within a day they came back and like, oh, actually, we got a better offer, so fuck you. And we're like, cool. So we kind of got discouraged about a month ago, a little over a month ago, like mid-March. We were like, fuck this. Let's just stay in the apartment. It's a beautiful two-floor apartment. We love it. It's a little empty right now because we're moving. We're like, screw it. Clearly, we're supposed to just stay here, right? And so literally the next day, it's like 11 o'clock at night. It's a Friday night. We does stand up. That's part of like the fun of his life. And then I had a greeting party for tarot. So me and a couple gals, we were going to a large party the next day. So it's 11 o'clock. I'm not like signed up on Zillow to get like any kind of email updates, but I got an email and they're like, this house here, there's an open house tomorrow. And I was like, what the fuck? So I click on it. I was like, is this like a scam? So I look and I was like, hey, this actually hits all of our boxes and it's in our price range. I'm like, there's an open house tomorrow. I'm like, do you want to go before you go your way and I go mine and just like check it out? And we literally just told our realtor, like, nope, we're
We're
done for
done. We're gonna
just
wait. Forget
we're gonna
it.
just give
Yeah.
it a minute. We're gonna enjoy the summer. We're gonna whatever. So I know where the house is though. It's like literally the street we're on right now. It's a straight shot down 4 freaking minutes. Four
Oh,
minutes
that's
down the
so
street.
great. I
Four
didn't know it was that
minutes.
close.
Two
Yeah.
blocks from Fitz's dad's house, or child two, little Beeb, as I call them. Um, so I'll refer to my kids as Beebs. Just they don't like, and I respect this. One's about to be 18 and one is about to be 12, but they've recently been like, can you not use our names for things or pictures without permission? Great. Love that advocacy. So
Right. Well, I mean, but
little
also
Beeb. Yeah.
we're on the interwebs now, which is
Yeah.
not the most safe place to exist as a human, let alone a little human. So,
Yeah. Which love that. So little Beeb, we're like 2 blocks from his dad's house. So now he can ride his bike between both of our houses. His school is right there. The playground he loves is right there. So I knew where the house was though. So I didn't actually look at the number. I was like, oh, it's right next to this thing, this like landmark. It's at this intersection. I know exactly where this house is. I know exactly the house. So we pull up. An hour before we pulled up for this open house, those like, so the Pulp Girls, love the Pulp Girls. If you guys aren't following, go follow them. They're amazing. Those reels though on Insta where they like flash all the like things and you gotta like press your finger and it like
yeah,
pauses
yeah,
to
yeah,
get your
yeah.
message or whatever. So it was an angel number one by the Pulp Girls. And I just like an hour, I'm like doom scrolling an hour before we're going to see this thing. And I'm like, what's my angel number for today? It was 999. And I was like, oh, I love that. I'm always 222, 555, or 999. Those are always my angel numbers. It's like never fucking fails. We're walking up to this house and I look up and it's 999. And I'm like, I look and I go, this is our house. And he goes, can we get in the fucking
You look in
house?
the inside
He goes, can
first.
we just look at this house? I said, no, because the last house that we got, even though they retracted their offer, but then came back and said the other offer that was higher decided they didn't want it. Do you guys still want it? We were like, no, fuck you. Um, so I was
Right.
like,
Like, I'm
no,
not your backup plan.
this is what
Sorry.
happened the last time. I walked up to the house and I said, this is our house. And you said the same thing. Can we just get in there? I said, so this is our house. I'm like, this is going to be everything we want. And we did. We walked through it and he was like, no, this is our house. And I'm like, this is our house. So he is at this is our house right now, pulling up carpet and painting and doing all the manly things while I'm packing and doing a podcast and drinking wine. No, for real though, I'm doing a lot of work as well, that he's doing a lot of work,
You're
which
doing
is
all the
great.
work.
Mhm.
Sip.
So
I
we have
love
a
it.
house. It's an angel number, and I'm excited. The kids are excited. Everyone's excited. How are you?
Yay.
What's going on with you?
Well, I fucking ripped the scab off of some fucking
Mm,
wound that I thought had healed, which, okay, I'm fine, doesn't, whatever. So, I mean, it's stuff that I thought that I knew was in there and that, I kind of went, okay, well, let me look at that, like, whatever. Um, and I knew it was in there and kind of didn't really affect whatever. And then it just came screaming to the surface this week, and then was like, right, it was like the wacky waving tube man screaming to the surface. And I went, okay, well, maybe I need to readdress this, and like really dug in and went, oh, I didn't even touch what this actually was. So I kind of spent the last week like going, that's a
mm,
interesting take on, whatever. And I will say this, like my upbringing, I had really great parents, but having really great parents doesn't mean that you don't have some fucked up shit that you learned from your really great parents. Like I didn't
mhm,
come from like it wasn't abusive and it wasn't shitty and it wasn't whatever. It was a lot of things that I'm not. And I took steps to make myself not be that person because I recognized it early. But there was some other stuff just below the surface. I'm like, yeah, I probably need to address that.
mm.
So that was my week, and not terrible, not, whatever. And kind of like went, all right, you know what? I'm gonna, like even with my shows and my business and all that stuff, I'm always just like high alert, go, 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 make sure it's handled, get it done ahead of time. Everything has a time, and I'm not saying that I'm missing deadlines now, still handling my deadlines, but like in bed by 10 o'clock, there's time to
Yeah,
get everything done, like that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't need to, it's fine if I get 4 out of the 10 things done
yeah.
on the list and not feeling like I didn't get anything done today. So I'm like, I feel like that was a pretty big step because you know how I am with my lists. I'm like
I was
30
just gonna
things on the
say,
list.
so you and I have been friends for almost 10 years. I met you in 10 years, 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
I met you in the summer of 2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that
And
skate-a-thon
now
was, that's fucking crazy.
that was like
So
now.
yeah, that was this time 10 years ago. Holy
Right.
shit. Talk about the time machine. That's fucking crazy. And we have lived so many lives in between that, but like
Right.
together and like in separate cities, the same city. But like, I was just gonna say though, like for you to get to a point, because you and I are very cut from the same cloth when it came to like our workaholic and our type A and our needing things to
Right.
setting our dining room table for the guests that are never actually
That, I mean,
coming up
that
for
is,
dinner to,
well, like, I mean, we tell this story to like whatever, but for those of you that don't know either one of us, the
yeah,
first time I went to her house, her dining room table was done and it was set for like a dinner party, right? And I was like,
beautiful.
right, and it was gorgeous. And I was like, oh my God, this is my girl. I too had a dining room table for 8 set for this dinner party that was magically, it was just gonna like, oh,
Just in
I
case.
have to, my table needs to be ready in case an impromptu dinner party happens in the middle of my life. Like, what, So learn to get over that. And then I was like, oh, well, I don't want to not. So that was a big step. And then it was like, oh, all the towels have to be folded the right way and all the, like whatever.
Remember when I was starting to date again and you're like, but here's the real question.
I'm like,
Have
does he know
him
how to
fold
fold a
towels.
towel?
Have him fold a towel and get back to me because how the fuck does he fold his towel?
Oh, didn't I? I sent him a message and I said, you need to send me a video of you folding a towel. And I
Yeah.
said, you are absolutely being judged right now. And he was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? But then did it. Was like, oh, okay. Well, here's my
Yes.
towel. He's like, what are
Yes.
you even doing? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But
But
yeah.
the fact that you
So, I
did
mean,
it,
so for,
plus.
right. But for me, I'm like, okay, you know what? I didn't. And it's like, there's some things that I do like. Like, I like my kitchen has to be done and tidy before I go to bed because I don't want to wake up and have to move dishes or try to like whatever. Like I like that. And my bed needs
Same.
to be made every day. But like all this stuff in between that I was like killing myself to finish and holding myself to this standard of like what, whatever. I'm like, okay, I can't. I'm going to have to be okay with a little bit of clutter
Breathe.
so I can get some rest, so I can breathe, so I can look at stuff that fucking matters to my well-being. So that was my week. It was a
I
lot
love
of
that for you.
therapy. It was a lot of self-therapy in, a short 6 days. So
Oh, I
so
love
here we
that
are.
so
All
much.
right.
Aw,
Yay.
that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, and
I really?
I have a new
Okay.
animal on the roster. I have the ground squirrel. So I got the crows, I have the raccoon and the possum and the ground squirrel. And
What is a ground squirrel? Like you're like, it's a ground squirrel. I'm like, but what makes it
it's a
different than
squirrel. It
just
lives in
a
the ground.
squirrel?
It doesn't
Oh, in the tree. Okay, that makes
they don't
sense.
live in a tree with the bushy tail. They live in burrows in the ground with a flat tail. So
Oh.
it almost looks like a regular squirrel that's been squished flat.
Oh, but we love that. It's like flat cat.
Yes. Yeah.
It
So
reminds us of flat cat.
he comes in the morning and he gets on the couch and he grabs scraps of what's left over from the raccoon the night before and then he'll kind of
Just so
whatever.
you all know, she is now a Disney princess, and
It's me.
she's
Yeah.
cultivating a zoo, I guess, outside
Yeah,
of her house,
I have an outdoor zoo.
a
Like I get up
wildlife
every day and I
sanctuary.
have to like feed the
Feed the
crows
crows.
and at night I have to feed the raccoon and the possum and this one likes grapes and that one doesn't like a thing and they want peanuts in the shell and this one whatever. So
They
yeah.
scream at you. We can hear the crows. We
Yeah.
do like
The
planning
crows will
meetings or like
yell.
we'll meet via Zoom so we can see each other's beautiful faces and chat. And the crows get angsty as fuck when they don't get their treats.
I forgot to feed I came home and I was really tired and I forgot to put the food out for the raccoon and I was getting ready for bed and I was hearing this thumping and I came out and he had knocked a vase over on the porch and was like pushing it around and I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me get your dinner. So yeah,
Oops.
so I got that going on. Anyway,
Oh,
okay.
well,
So
okay.
all right,
So
what do
we're
you got?
here for, what are we here for? What's our episode today? What are we doing?
Today we're doing June 9th and it's the luckiest day of the year. So we're gonna do that. And then you just I have to look at my notes. Um,
It's okay.
Zoop, here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, so okay, all right. So this is our what planet is in the microwave segment, which I love. Okay, so June 9th, and it's the happiest day of the year. It's the luckiest day of the year. Happiest day of the year. So I'm just going to read this real quick. I just did a real snippet. So it's the Venus and Jupiter conjunction. And you actually will be able to see it June 9th, like just after sunset, it'll be on the western horizon. So no matter where you are in the country, the planets will be super bright and you'll be able to see them just above the horizon for a couple hours after sunset. So whatever time sunset is where you live, I don't know. But it'll be visible for a little and they'll be stacked kind of on top of each other like this. And if it's really clear or you live particularly someplace where there isn't a lot of like, fuzzy light coming in, you'll also be able to see Mercury at the bottom, but you will be able to see those two planets. So
Fucking
anyway,
Mercury.
um, what?
Fucking Mercury. Always sticking in there. So,
It's a
hey,
me.
Mercury.
It's like,
Here
hey,
it's
me
me.
too.
Me. Don't forget about me. Just here to
I'm
fuck shit up.
included. Yeah.
I'm included. It's like the fucking middle child. Don't
Right.
forget about me, guys.
So, okay, so it's celebrated as the luckiest day of the year. And Venus is the planet of love, and Jupiter is the planet of luck and abundance. So it's a perfect day for all you manifestation girlies to get out there and manifest all of your things, literally all of your things. We'll talk about that in a second. Um, so the conjunction is taking place in Cancer, which is a water sign. So if you want, like, it's a good idea to maybe incorporate some kind of water into your if you want to do a ritual. You don't have to do anything. but it's not like, oh, don't miss out on this one, you're going to miss out on, whatever. But it's a great day to get out there. So I am privileged enough to live by the beach, so I like to do any water stuff and go to the beach and all that. But if you don't, take a bath, put your feet in some water, go splash in a puddle. Is it raining outside your house today? Cool, go outside and splash around in the water. Just incorporate water somehow. um
I will,
a
can
bath
I
is all.
inter I would say, can I
Oh
interject
yeah.
really quick? So
Yeah.
I love when, because I don't live by, I mean, I live near a really garbage lake, that we can't go in half of the time because of E. coli. Um, but I like to sit on the
E.
side of my
coli,
bathtub,
great for manifesting.
ah, clearing the shit out of your life by taking it into your body. Um, so I like to sit on my bathtub. I do like Nag Champa like my go-to incense. So I'll light Nag Champa. I'll get Epsom salt. So like the Dr. Teal's, I love their lavender or their rose, or I'll mix them both and I'll put in like a nice little I'll put that in to the water. And I'll do like a nice steamy like little bath with that and maybe some bubbles and some rose petals. And so anytime I do that kind of ritual work, I put my feet in there because I want to ground myself in water.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
right? As a conductor.
Dr. Teal's is great.
Hmm.
I love the lavender.
Hmm.
And then you can throw stuff in, like, dried marigolds and rose petals and like
Moon
whatever you're
water.
feeling. What?
I
Moon
put moon
water. You
water in there too. Yeah,
can put
I'll
moon
dump some
water
moon
in
water.
there. Some people like doing, like, I don't, some people like doing crystal work, stuff like that. It's extremely personal and there's no fucking rules,
Hmm.
like, at all. So,
Which we
oh,
love.
also, just here's a sidebar, you guys. We swear a lot. So if you
Oh
think
yeah.
that, like, yeah, if you think that, like, woo woo stuff and swearing don't go hand in hand, we might not be for you, and that's
That's
okay. But
okay.
you should give it a shot anyway.
You should give it a
Okay,
shot.
you should give it a shot. I mean, we might not be offended anyway, or offensive. I'm sorry.
I'm always
All right,
offended.
you're always offended.
I'm always offended. I walk through life just offended.
Offended. Okay. So I just have a real, this is super basic, um and I recognize, okay, we're going to do a lot of stuff that's like, like real super basic spell work and super basic like intention setting and super basic whatever. And I know that there's bigger things out there that can be done, but we're going to be like ground floor coming in. I've never done this before, or here's a new take on a thing that I always do. And we are open to, if we say something that you guys think is wrong, come in here and respectfully be like, hey, there's a different way to do it, or hey, whatever. We want to hear from you guys. So, hey, I do this thing. Tell me what you do. What do you do on a full moon? Or what do you do on, when, whatever. I would
Yeah. Even if it's
love
not
to
quote
hear it.
wrong, we want to know what you do.
Right. I want to hear options. Like, it's love it. Okay. So this one is light a candle, and I'm gonna hit on this every single time. It doesn't matter. Use whatever you have in your house. Light a candle. Do you have a candle? Do you have this kind of candle? Cool. Use that kind of candle. Do you have this kind of candle? Cool. Use that. Do you have a half used up birthday candle? Use that. Doesn't fucking matter. These are great. You can get like 12 of them at the
These
dollar
are great.
store. These are great. You can get like 12 at the dollar store. Like, literally, in this economy, figure it out. Use whatever. It doesn't even matter. I mean, if you blow out the candles on a birthday cake and throw them in a drawer, use one of those. Doesn't matter. Fine. Anyway, light a candle. Um, and then you want to draft your intentions. So I always say, like, do 3 to 5. Um, you don't need to have a huge list. It doesn't need to be whatever. I mean, whatever. Actionable intentions and how you would like your life to expand. Okay, we're at the halfway point of this year. So, how would you like your life to expand? Finances, new projects or a new job, new relationships, working on old relationships, whatever it is. But when you write them out as if they're already happening, not I want. Because um, if you're manifesting without action, you're just wishing at that point, which is, a lot of people are like, oh, I've been manifesting this thing and it's not happening for me. Are you having drinks delivered to you right now? That is
Sorry.
amazing. No.
Little Beeb came to the rescue.
Oh, Lil Beeb.
Little Beeb
Um,
to the rescue. It's okay. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna leave it here.
That's amazing.
This is a tiny glass.
That's so
Thank you.
funny.
Love you.
Um,
Mom
so
of the year.
you know, I had Bean pick me up at the club a couple of times, so there's that.
That's why they have licenses.
Exactly. So you want to write them out as if they're already happening. Like you want to be like, I love this new position that I was promoted to, and this is how it
Hmm.
makes me feel, right? I love my new relationship, and this is how it makes me feel.
Words
I
have
love
power.
my I love my new house, I whatever it is. I love, so you want to write them as if they're already happening in present with intent and believe it, and it's really like doing manifestations. It's really a fake it till you make it situation.
In the best way
You can't,
possible, though. Like
right, but you
literally in the
can't.
best way possible. Yeah.
Yes, 1,000%. And it's like the more you say it out loud, the more you believe it. It's like the opposite of people that lie. Like they've told the lie so long that their lie became their truth.
Hmm.
It's the same thing. Like you're saying it out loud, and you're rewiring your brain to be like, oh, I already have those things. You know, and I understand that, not to the point of where, like, and again, it's like not in this economy. There are people that are struggling with like abject poverty and really horrible things. And I'm not saying that you're gonna like pray away your horrific diseases, or you're gonna like manifest your way into being a millionaire when you don't have A, B, or C. But you also have to look at things like um everything is a win. Okay. So like,
Gratitude, abundance
yeah, but
mindset.
also like, okay, like it's like, okay. So I was like, oh, let's say, I was like, oh, manifest abundance. And then I got this letter from the IRS, which I did not want to open. And they were like, oh, we kept your refund, but we put it towards what you owe us. And I was like, all right, that's cool, because I knew that they had sent me a letter that I owed them thousands of dollars. And my refund was not thousands of dollars. So I was like, all right, I kind of expected that, and it'll just chip away at it and I will address it eventually, right? But I got this letter that was like, you only owe us another $200. Okay, well, I don't know where the rest of that balance went, but I'm going to consider that a
Not
win.
not
And I
questioning.
just made thousands of dollars, and let me just real quick go ahead and pay you that little bit of money, and thank you, thank you. So that's a
Yeah,
win. That's income,
but
right?
that's
That's
abundance.
abundance. That right, that's abundance. That's income. So it's not like necessarily the bigger paycheck. You kind of have to look at everything as what
But that's
you know.
But that's like what I tell clients all the time when we're talking about like manifesting and abundance and I'm like shit's gonna like when we are looking at the nitty-gritty details like I want it I tell people all the time with like vision boards you're doing it fucking wrong, right? Like, oh, it needs to look and sound and feel exactly like this, and it's like absolutely not. That is a vibe. Set it and forget it, because at the end of the day, divine, God source, creative, your own understanding, when I say divine, that's what that is. Our Because of our experience in life, we're capping it here. And like this is as good as it fucking gets. And we keep doing
Right,
this, right? You can't even see my hand right now. Divine's bigger and better for you when you give them the assignment, when your teams, your guides and guardians around you and divine and your higher self are all working fucking together with faith, right? That believe to see, not see to believe. Like when you have that faith, when your words have intention, and like you were saying earlier, where you're talking about it like it's already happened, right? Regardless of your faith, we when we pray we say amen, so mote it be, what the fuck ever, like we are setting that to be the thing. And so God, divine, whatever is bringing it into you bigger and better than you could have ever fucking imagined, and or in a fucking way that is the most helpful and useful to you. And like same thing with your IRS letter. 2 years ago I got this crazy fucking bill out of nowhere. And I was like, where the fuck am I getting $427.68 from? Where the fuck am I getting? I'm a single mom of two kids. I'm already working literally 80 hours a week. And that is still the bare bones. I'm still robbing Peter to pay Paul
yep,
on my utilities. I pay heat one month and then electric the next month. And then I do the opposite the other month, right? And I'm like, where am I getting this from? And to some people, that's nothing. To me, that was everything. I'm like, if I have
right.
to drop everything and pay that, that's my grocery bill for the month for my two kids. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I went to bed and I was like, I do a thing in the morning and a thing at night. So I did my gratitude practice and I was talking to my team and I was like, hey, I need some help here. Um, give me extra readings. Like, can you bring in some sort of abundance for me in some way? I'll do the work. I'm not sitting here saying like a genie, let's go, like just hand me the money in like a bonus at work or whatever, but like somehow help me out. I'm not fucking kidding you. The very next day, I got a letter from the IRS and I'm like, fuck. And I always get a refund. I plan it out that way. I'm like, whoa, my God, they're going to be like, hey, we gave you too much in a refund. Now you owe us. And I'm like, fuck, that's the only, because this was around tax time, like maybe three or 4 months. It was like end of summer, right? I'm like, fuck me. They're going to want money somehow. They fucked up something and gave me too much. I fucking knew it. And it was like, hey, we accidentally didn't give you your child part of your like child part of your refund or
Your
whatever,
bonus, your
your child tax credit. Thank you for birthing these babes. And I was like, okay, I'm not fucking kidding you. It was $437. I was
yeah.
like $10 more than what I had asked for. And I was like, okay,
Okay.
abundance. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Got it.
Yeah.
Was it like a big pay increase? No, but it was what I needed in that moment
In the
at that
moment,
time.
right.
Here we are. And then the
Right.
more that you give gratitude, the more divine and your team is going to give you to be grateful for. So you can
Right.
fucking better believe I went to bed that night and was like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What can I do? What
Right.
else can I be doing? Like that shit is out of control.
Yeah. I do want to like just be like, look, I understand that we're also coming from from a place of privilege where
Yeah,
we are coming from a place of privilege. So it's like,
absolutely.
like I don't want to be like, oh, well, we're selling this thing and you need, whatever. But it's just, if you
Not
can
selling
just
shit.
slow down for a second and be like, okay, what do I have versus, whatever. And a lot of, you operate from a place of fear when you feel when your life is falling apart or when the rug got pulled out from under you. And like, it's happening right now all around us. Right. So it's
Yeah.
just like, you know, um,
You can't
anyway,
help
having
but
said
hold
that,
your breath and freak the fuck out.
yeah. So having said that, I get it, but also here's some things that'll make you feel good and better and hopefully will work for you. So we'll get back to this real super quick and then we can go on to our next segment. So write down your 3 to 5 actionable intentions. So that means that, if you want the new project, you have to take steps to have the new project. If you want the new position, you have to take steps. If you're working on a new relationship, you have to be all in and work on that relationship. Or if you're dating and you're like, oh, I haven't met the person yet. Well, are you really trying to meet the person? Are you going out with your best self? Are you open to new experiences with people that might not really be on your, like if you're limiting your scope, maybe open that up a little wider, whatever it is, but do the work. You can't
Hmm.
just sit back and be like, oh, well, I'm gonna hermit out and not do any work, and I don't know why my shit's not working for me. Like I keep, whatever. So you're gonna write them down, and then kind of like be like, what can I do to get this sort of going? And then you're gonna fold that paper towards you, and you're gonna put it underneath your candle. If you're using this candle, that's kind of self-explanatory. But if you're using like your half-burned birthday candle and you have it stuck to a dish, under the dish, safe. Like we don't want anybody catching anything on fire. And then let the candle burn down. And I like everybody's like, well, what do I do with it afterwards? And I'm like, well, I mean, you can do a lot of things. You can burn it. If you do burn it, I always like to take the ashes outside and scatter them or whatever. Or I usually put them underneath Fernando, which is
I
my
was just
lemon
say, does
tree.
Fernando get them?
Yeah, Fernando gets them. We'll talk about Fernando in other episodes, but um, my manifestation and intention papers I put in a jar because and I usually have the date on them, and then I kind of like to go back sometimes and just look at like what was I trying to manifest and how did that work? How did that play out? And then kind of like whatever. But that's me. Like do whatever. You can tear it up into little bits. You can throw it to the wind or whatever. I mean, you don't want to throw it in the trash and you don't want to flush it down the toilet because
E. coli.
you know those are E. coli. Those will poison the lake. Those are just, I mean, in my opinion. there's other people that say you can do whatever and get rid of them anyway because it's already served its purpose. So for me, I like to keep them, or sometimes I burn them depending on what they are. Other people, so whatever works for you. But I'm just saying. So that's my deal. So that's your little June 9th deal. I would say if you can go outside just after sunset and look at it, it will be pretty fabulous and very bright. And it's pretty rare that we can see planets that bright near each other without some kind of like binoculars or telescope or whatever you would use to look at the sky. Like it's
It just
bare
looks like a
eye.
really bright star, right? People are like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's actually a planet." There's been plenty of times where I have the kids out and in
Yeah.
summer and we're on the porch or something. Like, what? Those stars are really bright. I'm like, actually, those are planets,
They should be pretty big this time where you'll be able to recognize them as
not
planets. Like
stars.
when there's a full moon and it sits kind of big, it
Yeah.
should look like that. It should look like that.
Ooh, like a harvest full moon.
Yeah, those are good. The blue moon last night was really, really bright over the ocean. So I'm gonna go out tonight and look at it intently. So okay.
Intently.
Intently. Okay, so oh, I thought you were up next. You were not up next.
No,
It's
we're
still
doing
me.
Conjuring.
Okay. Welcome to our cupboard conjuring segment, which is pretty much we're going to learn how to do basic spells, basic conjuring from things that you have in your house. You don't need to go out and spend a bunch of money. You don't need to go out and, get every herb on the planet because you read something or saw a video or whatever, and they said they use these things. And we're going to use what we have on hand, and which is absolutely perfectly fine. Use what you have on hand. Always okay. It's great if you love to have all the colored candles, and it's great if you want to have all the things, and that's in your budget, and you have this big apothecary cabinet and you can do all that stuff. Cool, good for you. Love that for you. Not everybody can do that. This is for everybody. So we're going to do it today. We're going to make DIY Florida water, and we're using the stuff
Oh,
that I have in my cabinet. Um, some of the stuff I have just because I have it. Others, I mean, most of it. Okay, did I?
what is
Yeah,
Florida and
every
what is it? Florida water and what is it used for?
Florida water. I use Florida water for cleaning when I do a cleanse of my house. I do the door frames, I do the floors, I do the high traffic areas. I do underneath my beds. Any place where stagnant energy is just going to kind of sit and be bleh. Um, if you had like an argument in your house, if you had some kind of drama, if you were moving into a new house, um, if you decide to redecorate and you're going to rearrange your furniture, you want to do it all, and make everything super fresh.
Go through
If
a
you went through a break,
breakup.
if you went through a breakup, even if you have like, if you've adopted a new pet into your house, you want to clean it up for the new pet, that kind of thing. I do the top of my steps because there's constant, like, I get deliveries all the time and I don't know what's on you. And like, I don't mean like at the bottom, whatever. I don't know what kind of energy that UPS driver is bringing and leaving at my house with my package. So I do the top of my steps, I do my railings, and it's just, whatever. So we're going to mix it up in this giant mason jar. And then I just put it in a little spray bottle and then just kind of use it, not in lieu of cleanser. I still clean my house, but I do
Just
this
spiritual
kind of.
cleansing.
Yes. So we do that. And then what did you say? You Googled Florida water.
I did Google Florida water because I'm
You
like,
Googled
what is
Florida.
what? I'm like, where did we
Yeah.
get the name from? So,
Yes.
so earlier we were talking about Florida water, and I was like, wait, why is it called Florida water? I've been using this shit for decades, and I didn't know. And it was because the Spanish, when they were traveling around, and being a-holes and conquering things, the Fountain of Youth was found in to be in Florida, right? Is that what it was? Yeah. It was like
Yeah.
the Fountain of Youth is in that area. And it was also the floral scent because Florida is called Florida because of the florals. So
Not
Spanish
because of,
conquistadors.
no, the Spanish conquering. Okay. So we use a very vodka, cheapest vodka you can find, whatever. Everclear, great. you just don't want anything that has any sugar in it. So, so we're gonna use that. This is terrible, but it was on sale.
We're not
So
drinking it. We're using it to
we're not drinking
cleanse.
it. So it's fine. So we have that. And then regular water. And so I use like citrus and some florals. I'm gonna put a money oil in this month's batch. You don't have to. I have it on hand, so we're gonna use
Well,
it.
for June 9th.
Um, yeah, but I also have it on hand, so we're gonna use it. Like you don't need to go buy it. It's fine. So we're gonna start with the citrus, which is for cleansing, and these are dried lemon slices from Fernando, my lemon tree. I like to use dried. You can use fresh peels. You can use orange peels. You can save the peels from the grapefruit you had for breakfast. Some kind of citrus. Put it in there. Don't use juice. That has too much sugar in it. And you just
Can
want to
I
use the peels.
can I ask
Yeah.
why no sugar?
Because
Do we know?
yeah, it's not like a spiritual thing. It's the fermenting process. Like it'll just end up being like a
Science.
science for science reasons. So dried is fine, or just the peels or whatever. So we have that, and that's for cleansing. And then we're gonna put cinnamon. I like sticks. Use ground, whatever you want to do. We're gonna strain this afterwards. So I do like the bigger pieces because they're easier to strain out. You do need kind of a finer mesh strainer if you are going to use powdered cinnamon. That's up to you, whatever you have on hand. Cloves. Here's the thing with cloves. Cloves are very expensive if you go to just buy them in the store and you get the little thing, and it's like $7 or $8 for that little bullshit with the 9 cloves in there. You know what I'm talking about? The little baking, whatever.
Yeah.
If you go to a bulk spice place, or you can buy them online. I have 3 jars like this size full of cloves that just was one bag of cloves that I bought, $9. So you don't need to, because they are expensive and I use them for everything. So put some cloves in there. Okay. Lavender. This is removes negative energy, wards off the evil eye, and good for peace. Again, this dried lavender I got from a wholesale like sachet company. Like they will sell you all the flowers to do all your like crafts and stuff. Cheap, cheaper, cheap, cheap, cheap. So you don't need to like. I'm really like all about. You don't have to spend all the money. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can just whatever. Like
That's why
this
it's
amount of
cabinet
that.
conjuring.
Yeah. What are we doing? Okay, we're putting in a little bit of money oil because I already had it. Not necessary, but we're going to use it. So I'll put a little bit of that in there. Kind of self-explanatory. Okay, I have dried marigolds. That's for prosperity, also protection, but also prosperity. It's also a calendula. This is like pot marigold or calendula. So you can
Mm-hmm.
use calendula tea if you don't have the dried actual flower bits. You can find these online. You can find these at like a craft stores have them, whatever, or just buy the tea is very inexpensive. So we'll throw some of these guys in there as well. And again, that's for like prosperity, also protection. A lot of this stuff is for protection and it's just kind of overlapping on each other, but I'm putting rose petals. That's an easy get, honestly. If there's rose bushes in your neighborhood, or you buy a bunch of flowers, or somebody buys you a bunch of flowers and they're starting to pull the petals off. I pull the petals off of everything. If I get a bouquet of flowers,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling those petals off and just letting them dry. And I'm like, okay, now I have flowery stuff to use for whatever. Waste not, want not. Like we'll do an episode where I make black salt. Are you kidding me? I use the ashes from my incense and mix it in there. I'm
Yeah.
using literally everything. So I'm putting some rose petals in this month's batch because of my particularly rough week for
Mhm.
self-love. So I think that I need a little bit of that. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. Not to say that I'll, and okay, garlic peels. So most people only use garlic when they're doing like baneful magic or something like that, but they're also really good for intention and amplifying the thing that you're doing. So, and that these are kind of self-explanatory where you would get them from. Use garlic, save the peels, just the papery bits that come off the garlic. Put them in a jar, save them for later. We'll put all that in there. Okay. And then I think that's all we're doing in this batch, right? Yeah. Okay. And then you take your vodka and you pour it in, and you want to go like, I'm using the really big ball jar. That was splashing all over.
Just a splash, a little smidge.
Getting everywhere. Okay, so I'm using the really big bottle or the really big jar, so you can fit the whole bottle in there.
Do you know the ounces on that jar? It's like a 32-ounce jar. Mason, or is it
Oh,
bigger?
no,
Also,
it's
a lot of my big mason jars that I have in my
yeah.
house are because you gave me ramen years ago.
Oh,
I
okay.
still
This
use
is
them for
delicious.
Florida water and shit. So
6 cups, well, however many ounces that is, 6 cups. All right, so we got all the vodka in here, and then you just take the water, put that on top,
is that just a whole water bottle?
the whole water bottle, and that's it. Put the lid on, and you're gonna give it a little shake. I'm not gonna do an upside down shake until I'm over my sink, but give it a
Yeah.
little shake, and then you just kind of let it sit, and you want it to sit not in the sun, someplace like cool and dark. Doesn't have to be a cabinet or anything, but just like leave it, and I kind of give it a little, every couple of days, and then a month. A lot of people are like, oh, you have to do a full moon cycle for it to work. You don't. You can whatever, but like a few weeks at least though, because you want all the stuff to get in there. You want all the botanicals to get in there, and then when you're ready, you're going to strain it all out so you only have the liquid, because otherwise it's going to clog up your sprayer. So again,
Yeah.
if you use powdered anything, if you use powdered clove or powdered cinnamon, you are going to need to like strain it through something that's really fine, like a cheesecloth or something, because otherwise it'll be real hard. It'll clog your sprayer.
Can I ask a
You
question?
can use it on a, like, you could, if you can't strain it all out, you can dip a rag and do that and not have it go through a sprayer. That's okay too. But yes,
So, coffee filter, could you do a coffee filter? Like, you know how like smaller coffee makers have those
right.
fine
Oh
filters
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
are reusable filters? Could you use that
Right.
for a fine? Is
Maybe.
that considered like a fine? Because like you don't,
I've never
you
done
can,
it because I've never had to strain all the powder out before. I'm just guessing. So maybe that
well,
would
because
work.
the I don't drink coffee, but my husband does, and so we have this little like miniature like coffee maker, and it has a
Right.
reusable filter
Yeah,
instead of
like
buying the paper
the
ones.
gold filter. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he puts grounds in that. And then they don't get into his coffee, so I would think that would be okay too. So if
Yeah,
you're at
maybe.
home and you've got like one of those filters, try that and see what happens. If you're like, I
Yeah.
don't know what a fine filter is.
There you go. So you can do that. If it doesn't work and you only have powdered herbs, that's okay too. You don't have to use a sprayer either. I prefer using a sprayer. I don't
I
want
love a
any big
sprayer.
medicine. But if you don't, that's fine. So anyway, so here's your Florida water, and we're going to use this to clean all of our door frames and our, month, like the beginning of every month. I like to do a big cleanse, and then if I'm feeling so inclined, I will also do it on the full moon. But I am also an absent-minded kitchen witch, and sometimes I make moon water, which then becomes sun water, and then moon water, and then sun water, and then moon water, and then I bring it inside. So no rules. There's literally no rules.
That's how I
You
love to
know,
tell clients. I'm like, it's your unique relationship with
yeah.
your higher self, with divine, whatever your practice is, it's yours. It's unique to
It's
you. It's
no
authentic to
rules
you.
with intention, no rules. But just here's some things that like incorporate this stuff into your daily. Um. All right. Okay. Our next segment, which I'm super excited about, two girls, one deck. So Jen's going to pull cards that are related to the 9th of June. Yeah, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, because we were talking about like, well, what do we want this episode to be, right? And so when we were talking about the June 9th, the luckiest day of the year, I was like, what kind of a pull or like spread, right? So what's funny is if any of my clients are watching this or listening to this, you know that I'm not a spreads girly. I'm like, I've got my own shit that I do, and because I'm clear audience, sentient, voyant, so see, feel, hear. Um, I I don't know. For me, spreads aren't like a thing, and they are for other people. I give them to beginners to help you hone in because they help you with structure, right? Um, but for me, as the decades have gone on, I've been channeling since I was a child. I'm now 43. I don't know. I kind of create my either my own spreads or whatever. But I was like, ooh, what kind of spread could I do and kind of like just go through for this, theme of our episode, which is like the Venus Jupiter conjunction, supported by Mercury. Um it's about expansion, right? So Jupiter expands everything that it touches. Venus, it's a ruler of love and art and money, and like the alignment of all of this functions as like a green light. So when you think of like green light. When you hear the word green light, it's like I always tell people it's like the Knight of Wands is my green light card. It's like shut your eyes and jump. You're divinely guided, you're divinely protected, but you have to have that faith, right? So it's a green light for your deepest desires. It's the ultimate like manifestation blueprint. Also, I don't like to say it's like ultimate this or whatever. But again, it's unique to whatever it is you're doing. So I'm going to do a 5 card pull. So I'm gonna just kind of, as I'm doing this, I'm gonna say like card one, this is what, the position is for card two, three, four, all through five. And as I pull, and then we'll just kind of go from there. All right, are we good? Are we ready to go?
Right.
All right, so I'm just gonna pull all five to start. So we've got Knight of Swords in the first. We have the Hierophant in reverse for two. We have Ten of Wands in reverse for card three. We have Nine of Cups in the upright for card four, which I fucking love. Okay, we have a bonus, so I'll leave that. We have Temperance for the fifth spot, but our bonus, and it came out sideways. So for me, that's like wild card energy when it comes out like sideways, because it's like, what are we feeling? And I'm hearing upright. It's Eight of Swords upright, so take that as you will. We'll go from here. All right. So, card one, it's Venus magnet. It's the attraction factor, right? So, this is like governs your sense of like worth and magnetism and like what are you naturally drawn towards? What do you need to stop chasing, right? So, it's like what magnetic gift or like relationship upgrade or like financial value are you like naturally ready to receive in your life right now? And then we have this Knight of Swords. And for me, like, I know my cards are like a little hard to see. So,
Those are so pretty though.
aren't they? Ugh,
That's
they're
a really great
Kalmora.
deck.
People are always
Yeah.
like, what card deck is it? I'm like, it's
Yeah,
Kalmora.
that's a
They're the
really
best.
great deck.
But like we see swords, right? So, and look at how aggressive. So knights, timing movement cards, the energy is fast, right? And this is like one of the most aggressive. And I always say the House of Swords is everyone's like, oh, it's the house of communication in all forms. Yes, and yes, and it's the house for me. I call this the fuck around and find out house. This is the house of emotional intelligence, right? So think of swords. It's air energy. It's analytical. It's logical. But think of swords as like drawing a line in the sand. It's boundary setting. Boundaries are for us, right? So standing in your power, standing in your truth. It's a lot of chakra, throat chakra energy. Being able to vocalize your truth, right? Your power. With this Knight of Swords energy being in this spot, though. This is very much like, what are we? And I want to go like, I'm hearing like, what are you like naturally ready to receive right now when this Knight of Swords comes out? And I'm hearing it's like the ability to have no fear, even when I'm scared. It's the ability to like be like, fuck this shit, no matter how, because like, look at how like he's just like charging in. He's just like
Yeah.
coming in hot, right? He's like no knights. When we think about knights, they're protectors. They come charging in. I always think of like these battle scenes from like Braveheart and all those kinds of like medieval type movies or like those 1600, 1700, 1400 like battle scenes. And knights, they just come charging in. They're like, fuck this shit. I'm here to die. And like they're willing to die for what they believe in. And and like that's their job. Like literally back in that time, that was their job. Are you willing to die for
Right.
your king? Are you willing to die for your kingdom and the people that you are serving and protecting? And with this energy, the attraction factor, it's like I'm ready to call in. I'm ready to receive. So it's like, what are we naturally ready to receive? I'm literally ready to receive this high high-paced, fast-paced energy of no fear. And when I talk to my clients all the time, I say does like three things for us. It keeps us stuck, it keeps us safe, or it excites the fuck out of us. And right now I'm hearing you need to be excited. So when we're scared of something, maybe you're going on a new journey, you're trying to quit a job, or someone new just came into your life. But like, what is that energy right now that's like getting you excited, but like you're scared to be excited about it? It's like lean into the excitement, not the fear, is what I'm hearing. And then we've got our second card. It's Jupiter's Vault. It's the abundance multiplier, right? So Jupiter is a planet of luck and fortune and like really big expansion, right? So this card is showing us where is the luck overflowing today in our lives, right? So what is the universe offering me as like a breakthrough or an unexpected upgrade? Like where should I be thinking bigger and better? And we've got the Hierophant in reverse. So with the Hierophant being in reverse, this is a major arcana card, right? Like what I love about this is like there's those two students at the end, right? So with this being in reverse, I read reversals as resistance. This is for me just screaming, be teachable, open heart, open
Yeah.
mind, like be open to the lessons, like be open to like where should I be thinking bigger? Instead of it's like a mind. So all of this is about mindset, right? It's abundance for scarcity mindset. This June 9th is about abundance for scarcity mindset. When I say that, it's like where is your energy and attention going? Because that's what's going to grow. It's that earth energy, right? And so with this, like you're not the leader, the mentor, the teacher in this moment, you're the student with this being in reverse. And it's like that bigger, better energy. It's like where instead of me going, why is this happening to me? It's like,
Right.
oh, why is this happening to me? What lessons can I be learning? What is my team trying to show me? What is the universe showing me? However it is you connect with your lessons, like what am I
It's so
being
funny
shown
that
here?
you said it like that because it's tone. It's
Hmm.
tone when you talk to another person, and it's tone
Yeah.
when you're setting your man. Why is this happening to me? Is way different than why is this happening to me? Like
Yes,
same
context.
sentence, different. Just tone and different results. A
Yeah,
1,000% different
love it.
results.
So then we move
Yeah.
into the third spot, which is Mercury's voice. It's fuck, shut the fuck up, Mercury. But
I
it's the
hate
code word.
Mercury.
Fucking Mercury. That's what, you know what? Mercury is literally the reason why I'm like, let's name our one segment What Planets in the Microwave, because my
Every
kids.
time Mercury's in the microwave over here, everything is great. But
But you got to see it that way, right? Again, mindset.
yeah.
But like my kids are always like, what planet's in the microwave when I'm like complaining about shit because they think I'm hysterical with my woo-woo shit. But Mercury's voice, it's the code word, right? So it represents the mind, communication, power of the spoken word. So this spot is giving us this mindset shift. Sorry, I started drinking Sauvignon Blanc. Here we are. It's the mindset shifts that we need to unlock our energy, right? And so it's like, what specific thought patterns or declaration do I need to be speaking out loud to activate this abundance for scarcity mindset? And bitch, we could not have a signier fucking sign. It is
Oh,
the 10 of Wands in reverse. If
all
this was like
right.
a traditional rider weight, so 10 of anything is a closing of a cycle, right? This is like chapter ending, new chapter starting energy. But what I love about this being in reverse, I always love to see a 10 of swords and a 10 of wands in reverse, right? So wands being that house of what lights us up. It's passion, purpose, creativity, joy. It's fire energy. So it's what sits on our heart. I always say the house of wands or the suit of wands. Some people say suits. I say house. Um, it's very much this energy of faith. Believe to see, not see to believe. Wands is manifestation, it's creation. This is the house of like fucking go for it. When I'm a wine. I am a wine girly. I'm a wands girly through and through because for me, when I'm living out of like my wands, like it's everything gets touched then. Everything is being touched. And it's like, oh my God, sorry, his shit is beeping.
I'm like, I heard a beep.
It's beeping. Fitzgerald. Oh, little babe. It's beeping. I love that it shuts off on its own. Okay, I'm keeping this in. I don't even care. We're not editing that out. I have kids. He's making food. Um, so anyway, Ten of Wands, right? So this is a traditional Rider-Waite deck. You'd see like a dude just like chilling with his wands. He looks super fucking spent, just like so exhausted. And then he's kind of looking this way, and it's like, ugh, decisions need to be made here. I can either, if this is in the upright, I can go forward and have to drag all this shit with me, or mindset shift, I can start to realize, and I love that this is in the reverse, right? It's saying like for whoever this poll is for right now, whoever's watching this, hearing this, it's like you're in a position right now where you're starting to understand that, yeah, I've got things that I'm deciding I need for me, right? Like I'm working through some shit. I love this like whole episode because it's all about mindset and it's all about like intention. But it's like I can decide what wands stay and what wands I'm going to drag with me.
Right.
Or I can let them all. I can just leave them all. It's a lot about acceptance too. It's like I don't have to agree. I don't have to like with what's been my reality thus far, however that looks, sounds, and feels for you. And what I can do is I can move forward with intention. I can decide how it is I want to move forward. So do I want to leave all these wands behind? Do I want to take a couple with me? Do I know that there's certain things I still need to work on? Right. And so I love this position out of all of these five. It's like the middle too, right? Two and two, and it's sandwiched. I love this because it's like a lot about intention and mindset. And like, am I going to be abundant or am I going to be sitting in scarcity and lack and fear, right? So now we're moving to the fourth card, which was our Nine of Cups in the upright, which is the blind spot. It's poverty mindset. um I want to say scarcity, right? So when we're talking, it's like where are the limiting beliefs? Where's the imposter syndrome and the things that scare the shit out of us, right? What is holding me back? So sometimes the biggest barrier to like our luck slash abundance or manifestation, however, whatever it is you're calling in, it's our own inability to receive it. I tell clients all the time, our head is over here and our heart is over here. Logically, I understand the thing I set forth. I logically understand my worth. Logically, I know I want this thing or I want to feel this way or see things this way. But my heart still hasn't caught up. What we want is like an alignment. And a lot of times we're stuck over here where logically you know the things, but then like energetically and with our heart, we're still stuck over here. And that's usually a gap with waiting for the other shoe to drop or that mentality of like, I'm still holding my breath. And people are like, I don't understand why my manifestation isn't coming in. I don't understand why my prayers aren't being answered. And it's like, because you still don't actually believe in the thing. Logically, you set the intention, but you still don't believe that you're worthy of having that. And so this question of like, what
Right.
subconscious fear of success or what subconscious mindset, lack mindset or unworthiness is blocking me from receiving this glow up that I've been trying to call in. But what's funny is we have the Nine of Cups in this spot. And this is like legit the wish fulfillment card. Nine of Cups. Cups is like the house of love with ourselves and those around us and relationship to ourselves and those around us. Cups is water energy. It's intuition. It's, your relationship with divine. It's relationship with your higher self. It's following your gut. It's intuition. It's with this Nine of Cups, it's like you're on a roller coaster, right? And you're just about to go over that first like hill. We're gearing up. All the things are, the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Cups, all those cups prior. And then you're just at that 10, right? So we're right here. And this is like all your manifestations, all the energy that you have been calling and calling in and like calling for is here. So I'm hearing this as a reminder card. This is like you need to set it and forget it. So when I say that, it's like, perfect example, vision boards. I get asked every January by multiple groups in my local area to come and do vision board workshops. And
Yep.
the one thing I immediately start with is we're fucking doing it wrong. We think like, okay, we have all these fun things, and all these pictures, and these words of affirmation and whatever, and people like screenshot it and make it your background on your phone so you can see it every day. Fucking great, do that, and set it and forget it. This is your vibe. Because like earlier we kind of talked about how like our experiences in life keep us at a certain ceiling. And because we've not been able via relationships with people, trauma, what the fuck ever. We can't understand what's actually trying to come in for us. So it's a set it and forget it. Create a vision board, create an intention, a prayer, a manifestation, whatever you want to call it, because to me, it's all the same thing. Create it in a way that it's like, how do I want my life to look, sound, and feel? Who do I want to grow into? And I always tell clients 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years for all of that, right? But then set it and forget it. Understand that faith also has to come in. You have to believe it to see it, not see it to believe it. You have to know that you're divinely guided, you're divinely protected. So, where we were talking about earlier with our privilege and like the money and the manifestation stuff, with that, it's we have to have this innate faith, this knowing that it may not come in this second, and I still have to do all of this work. And I'm calling it in. And divine, God source creator, however you want to call it, universe, whatever, they're going to bring it in divine timing. They're going to bring it in
Right.
ways that I never expected, right? So abundance is going to come. Maybe I'm sitting here saying, I want a better job that pays me more. And that to me makes sense on how I'm going to be more abundant in my life financially. But they're like,
But it might
no,
not be what you get. Yeah.
but that's not what you get. What we're going to give you is a side hustle that's just a passion and a hobby at first, and you doing something for you that you love when your kids go to bed. And somehow 3 years later, you're like coaching people because of it, because people caught on to your Instagram or your Facebook or your TikTok, and something
Right.
that you just did because you loved it and it resonated with you and it just felt good to do you became an expert in or whatever and people started listening and so it's going to come in unexpected ways and I'm taking way longer on this fourth spot because it is the wish fulfillment card because I need people to understand that it's never going to come in exactly how you want it so
Well,
you
it's
have
like
to
the
let
be
it come in
careful.
how it's going to
It's like the genie in the lamp. Be careful what
be
you
careful
wish
what you
for.
wish for be careful
Because
what you wish
if
for
you be careful, and if you're really, it's like, I want like to the extreme. I was just watching a movie and it was like super extreme, and it was just like, oh, you like, I did this like hex, and I was like, oh, I want this person to be out of this other person's life forever. And then they get run over by a bus. And it's like, that's not what I meant. I
that's
just
not what I
wanted you
asked
to
for
leave. Right. That's not what I asked for. And it's like, yeah, but it was because you got the thing. So you
hmm
got to be kind of like, okay, well, you can be vague, but also be vaguely specific,
yeah
you know? So if you're
set
just like,
it
oh, I
forget
want
it
this thing, but I want no harm to come to anybody.
hmm
Like you want to finish it up with that because you don't want a thing
someone to die
connected to another thing connected to, right, so
let's go to the extreme on this because we're extremists we don't want
yeah.
someone to die. But yeah, no, but again, earlier
But
in, this episode, I was talking about your words have power, right? So also be conscious of what it is you're setting. What is it
right.
you're saying? What is it you're thinking? How are you behaving, right? That all plays into this. Um, I very much believe that like at the end of the day, like we have to be very conscious. Very conscious. Like earlier when you're talking about your spells and rituals to bring in all of this luck and abundance, right? You're like, you have to be conscious of what it is. There's a certain way to ask it to come in. Don't talk about like, oh, well, I want it to come in. No, it's happened. Talk about how it's made you
Right.
feel, right? You got to be very cognizant of that for sure. So now we've got our fifth card because I know for timing purposes and we want to respect everyone's time. So we've got this fifth card, right? This is the position of like the ultimate blessing, the windfall, right? This is the summation of Venus and Jupiter colliding together. This is the wild card slot, the tangible blessing. So what is our highest, most abundant outcome available if I'm going to set it and forget it? If I'm going to have that trust in that faith, that believe to see, not see to believe, right? And what action am I taking? And then it's temperance. And what I love about this card, especially in this deck, do you see how the angel is like pouring water right there back and forth
Yeah.
in that cup, right? It's that waiting energy. It's like it's it's a weighing of outcomes. It's almost like the justice card, but it's not in a way, right? But it's a patience. It's a card of patience. It's a card of like, okay, it's patience and assessment. It's what's working, what's not working, what's helping, what's hindering. And it's like this is asking you for your like windfall, for your greatest outcome. Like, how do I bring that in? It's like, take a step back. It's saying don't have knee-jerk reactions. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. This is an assessment. This is, you know what? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to fucking do it right. I'm going to actually not, where it's so funny, like you and I for this episode, we're like, fuck it. We've done some planning. We know we wanted to do this thing and we want to do
Yeah.
it right. But, and also, we want to just fucking do it. So, yes, there are times in our lives where we have to do it scared, do it imperfectly. And there are also times in our life where we can overlap that with, but I still need to have some patience. I still need to do it a little bit right. I still need to figure things out so that way I'm not digging myself into a hole that I can't get out of. And I'm just hearing like when it comes to this theme of abundance and prosperity and luck and just like even I just keep coming back to whoever this is for. It's a lot of financial shit, but it's going to come in the form of new ways of seeing things, right? The theme for me in all of this, if I'm going to pull out some key themes, that hierophant in reverse, right? Be teachable, open heart, open mind. You are here to be the student right now. We are here to let go of things that no longer serve us but with intention of understanding like, oh, I can leave this shit behind. I don't have to take my trauma with me. If I've learned from it, if I've truly
Right.
learned from
Leave
it,
it.
I can leave it. I don't have to take it into this new, maybe your abundance right now, maybe the Jupiter and Venus coming together is finally a new partner that actually sees you and validates you and hears you and supports you. But you're holding your breath and waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you're just bringing all your lack and scarcity and limiting belief and just fucking fear into this. That's going to ruin that shit. So, what
Yep.
lessons, right? Temperance is asking you to take a step back. What are the lessons that I've learned? What can I leave behind? What am I going to take with me with those lessons, right? And like, just be fucking patient. Just fucking be patient. And then, like I said, we got a little bit of a bonus card. And it's this Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is keeping yourself stuck in a prison of your own making. And it's like you kidnapped yourself, you chained yourself to a radiator, but yet the kicker is you have the key in the other hand. Again, this is a fucking abundance versus scarcity mindset card. This is like, at what point are you going to stop with your bullshit? This is very, for me, Swords is the house of fuck around and find out. It's a house of your team is giving you harsh lessons because all the little lessons that they've given you haven't fucking worked.
Didn't work. Yep.
Did
Didn't
not
stick.
fucking work. So here we
Didn't
are.
stick.
We
Yeah.
we love you and we want the best for you and we know the path you're supposed to be on right now because we all worked together to set that prior to you coming back here. But you're fucking fighting it. And so now we're going to make things uncomfortable, chaotic,
Right.
fucking shitty until you go, I can't handle this. Something's got to
Right.
give and I got
It's
to start
like, okay,
changing
I get it.
here.
I get
Yes,
it. I should have
I get
listened
it.
the
I'm
first
finally
nine
ready to make the
times.
changes
Yeah.
that need to be made. And so with this Eight of Swords, for all of this, right? We're starting with the Knight of Swords and we're ending with the Eight of Swords. There's swords energy bookending, right? So what the fuck do you need to do? Swallow the harsh pills. We've got, I know we're saying this is for June 9th, but we are recording on a blue moon, a blue full
Yeah.
moon right now. This is May 31st when we're recording this. Full moons are for what no longer fucking serves us. It is for shedding. It is like I am ready to release shit that no longer works in my life. When I'm being met with resistance, instead of trying to fight through it and figure it out, I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm no longer square peg round holing this shit. I'm gonna raw dog let no. Temperance and this Eight of Swords is very much saying, get fucking clear. Get clear, but also have faith. So get clear and have faith. Okay.
Right.
I guess I'll end it on that situation. Um,
Okay.
it's really, I don't know, like,
Perfect.
is there anything that you picked up in that you're like, hey,
I think, yeah, I think those cards were actually perfect
mm-hmm,
for June 9th. Um,
mm-hmm.
and I do think it is more of an abundance kind of day, and it says it's
Oh,
like
for sure.
love, love and money, but I think it's like leaning, in my opinion, is kind of leaning more towards money and abundance and kind of like, getting your bag and, figuring out what have I been doing? You know, I, does it suck now in this economy? Absolutely. But what am I dragging with me that maybe I can just see that see through it. Like I can see through the fog, and yes, this is, whatever, and it's going to be better, and whatever. Um, I think ingesting all of this, all the negative, like, oh, it's going to be terrible, it's going to get worse before it gets better, and blah 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 blah. That affects you like on a daily.
Hmm.
Like you just can't sit in that and like listen to how horrible it is everywhere. Is it great? No. Do I have blinders on? Oh, absolutely fucking not. Like but
It's not
you
toxic
have to
positivity and spiritual bypassing over
you
here.
have to like, yeah, you have to like just carve out a little chunk for your soul to be like, okay, this is going to be my lucky day of this year. This is going to be my, I'm going to do these abundant for me, because I can't bring anything out there to be abundant for other people or towards a group, or if I want to do, community outreach or anything like that. Like you can't pour from an empty cup. So go get your own abundance so you can, so
With
that's, I
intention.
mean, whatever.
Set
What?
intention. Set
Yeah.
intention, right? Like, what is it that you fucking want? It's getting clear. It's at 222, 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, 2 years from now. Start with that 2 year. Get clear on how you want your life to look, sound, and feel, and who the fuck do you want to be? What is that higher version of you, right? Who is that
Right.
higher self 2 years from now? And work backwards. It's called reverse engineering. Down to the 2 weeks from now, what are the steps that I can do in the next 2 weeks to start working towards that fucking thing? 2 months
Yep.
from now, where can I be? And then if you need to pivot in that 2 year plan, then fucking pivot. But
Right.
it's about the intention. It's about, and it's all like I said, where it was like no scarcity or not, no toxic positivity. It's not like we're saying ignore the fucking world being on fire. We're not saying that. No, we're not saying you're talking to two women who have fucking had nothing and have tried to fucking make the best of what we fucking can, you know? But shit's gonna eat away at you. And are you going to let it eat away at you? Like, yeah, sit in it for a fucking minute, but move forward, right? Like I see the world is on fire, and what can I do in this moment with the little bit that I do have? Where are the
Right.
tools in my toolbox in
Right.
this
And it's like,
moment for my
where can I
situation?
make a difference in my life, in my community's experience
Hmm.
on a, in a global setting. So, it's not just, oh, I'm going to manifest, a Birkin bag or whatever whatever ridiculous, it's like, what are you manifesting for yourself, for community, for global? And I think that that's super important, because once you start doing it that way, you're going to start
Yeah.
getting more back in my
Yeah.
opinion. If you're not manifesting selfishly, you usually get more
Well,
in,
yeah. And
So
that's also that gratitude practice, right? So that nine of
yeah.
cups that we had for that wish fulfillment in that fourth setting, that fourth spot, the more that you can show gratitude, the more that you are grateful for, the more that divine's going to give you to be grateful for. But it has to be like kind of true, right? Like
It has
true,
to be authentic.
like
You have
great.
to be coming from an authentic place.
Yeah, you
So
can't be like, oh, thanks for the Birkin bag. Well, how the fuck
I
did that help?
manifested this. I manifested this Birkin bag.
I don't know where we
Okay.
got Birkin bags from, but here we are.
I don't know. I went for the most expensive, ridiculous fucking thing I could think of, whatever. So
For me, that's food.
anyway.
Just kidding.
Right. Oh, it's an avocado is actually what it is.
Oh,
Okay. So
on that note, let's
what are we
slide it. So
doing?
here's the
Oh,
thing.
deck around and find it. We have a listener letter, email.
So
Yeah?
here's the thing. Yeah. So we've each had like our own businesses and we've been doing our own thing for a really long time. And now we're coming together to kind of fun to do this fun podcast together. And, we kind of were like, hey, we've got these really cool clients or people we support or people that are within our, universe that we can start pulling some questions from. And so we're hoping, this is episode one, but we're hoping going forward that our listeners will be like, oh shit, I do have a question and I would really love to get some insight.
Yeah.
Or if you're listening and you're hearing our insight because of someone else's question, you're like, oh, I have some insight on that too. We would love for you to comment. We would love for you to weigh in and we would love to hear what you think because that's how we grow and how we learn. So this is deck
Okay.
around and find out.
It is. So you have the question, yeah?
Yeah, I had a question that was given to me. Let me pull it up.
Oh,
Hey,
also, if you
ladies.
guys,
Oh, go
sorry,
ahead.
if you guys do submit your questions, and you want put if you want it to be anonymous, if
Hmm.
you don't want us to use your name, if you would love it if we used your name, happy to do that as well. And then your pronouns, just so we don't fuck it up.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, all
Without
right, that's
further
it. All
ado,
right. Without further ado, here's the question.
it says, Hey, ladies, I'm a full-time corporate employee, a single mom, and I'm trying to launch an online vintage shop as my creative escape slash side hustle. I'm running on iced coffee, dry shampoo, and pure spite, are kind of broad. I
Right?
keep trying to manifest abundance and align with flow, in quotes, but honestly, I'm just tired. Every time I try to do a ritual between the school run and bedtime, I fall asleep on the yoga mat. How do you practice, quote, practical magic when you literally do not have a spare 15 minutes to breathe?
Oh, girl, same. I'll get in bed and go, okay, I'm going to sit here and do a thing. And then wake up 45 minutes later. I'm like, that went well,
I
you know?
literally fell asleep with a burrito on my chest the one recently.
Christ.
I came home,
You
I did a
snug-
reading
it was
party.
warm. You were snuggling. Um, I would say that sometimes setting time aside isn't possible, and that's
Hmm.
okay. And then you beat yourself up over it. And then your body is just like, oh, we're prone, we're sleeping. Thank you.
Hmm.
So you can do everyday things like stir your coffee with intention.
Oh my God, yes.
You're going to make a cup of coffee every day, stir it with intention. You stop and you're going to get a tea at whatever, take the lid off and use the straw and stir it with intention. You know, just little practices. Some people are like, oh, I need to do the tapping, the
That
pressure
EFT
point
or whatever
tapping
it's
if
called.
they're like, yeah, if they're stressed out. You can do that when you're driving. You don't need to have like
Red
the
light.
put there's it's like you don't have to do 20 minutes. You don't have to have sit down and have time to do a ritual. I mean, I said I leave I forget my moon waters outside for an entire cycle, you know.
Hmm.
Um I'll get halfway through something and be like, "Oh yeah, I was doing a thing." And it's like I'm like I thought I was focused and then I saw
Squirrel.
something tiny and now I'm doing something else. So just moments in the day. Take a like, you have to drop your kids off somewhere or pick them up. You're waiting for them to get in the car.
Hmm.
There's 2 minutes while you're waiting for them to get their shit together and get into the car. That's 2 minutes you have to yourself. you know
Yeah.
you can sit down, you can do a breathing, you can do a set your intentions, you can do a reset for the day, you can do like whatever it is you need to do. But like I get up in the morning and I have like I changed my morning ritual where I get up and I do whatever, but always start. I mean, you have tiny moments that you're missing that you can have your own little moments in there for you, if you don't have time at the end of the day. At the end of the day, your body just wants to rest. And rolling
Hmm.
out a yoga mat and laying on it is just another task. And you're not coming from a place of authenticity anyway.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that real fucking hard, right? Um, so we said in the beginning of the episode, we've known each other for 10 fucking years. You've known in that 10 years, I've worked anywhere from 2 to 4 jobs and been a single mom to 2 kids from a very, like little Beeb was just shy of 2 years when I started my divorce process. Big Beeb is 6 years older than him. They were very young kids. And I'm sitting here like, not only was my day job something that I was on call 24/7. And remember, like, so we met
I remember
during
when
the
you
roller
had like
derby.
your stack of phones?
Oh, I had multiple phones because of my day job. And then I had part-time jobs working at restaurants, right? Because when you're a server at any time in your life, you can just be like, oh, I need extra money. I'm going to go be a server or a bartender or whatever. But when I met Cupcake, I was working in a position where I was working in human services, overseeing a fucking fuck ton of group homes, right? So literal fires happening in the middle of the night, pulling my kids out of bed because I lived alone or with a roommate and I had a kitchen fire at 3 a.m. at a group home and I had to bring them with me. Like, you have to look at your life and say what is doable, what is not doable. Like you cannot compare yourself because I think also part of that question to me screamed, I'm also comparing myself subconsciously, not intentionally, But because of what
Right.
we're fed daily, what we look at when we're doom scrolling, oh, this person's life looks like this person's life looks like
Oh, if
this.
you could just take 20 minutes and meditate every day,
Bitch, I
20
don't have
minutes
20
is
minutes to shit.
20 minutes is a luxury. It's like you're lucky
Yeah.
that I showered today.
Yeah.
I don't have 20 minutes. But if you do get to shower, you know what you have? You have time in the shower.
But that's what I was just gonna say. So for
Yeah.
me, a lot of like my kids, I had to like ingrain it in them that when mommy's in the shower, unless you're dying, you've cut a limb off, you're throwing up, or what, unless it's a true emergency, I don't care what age they were, we delineated what a true emergency was. Leave me the fuck alone for that 25 minutes to a half an hour, and now it's an hour because I'm older, they're older. Like, give me an hour in the fucking bathroom, leave me the fuck alone. But and that's where I listen to my business podcasts, right? Because I own a business. I also have a day job. But like that's where I'm like, I do podcast roulette. And I'm like, what do I want to listen today? Or do I want to listen to music? What the fuck ever. I go in the morning. This is going to be TMI, but maybe this will help you. I wake up, I spend 5 minutes tops before I even open my eyes. I had this 75-year-old mentor that I used to work with. She sounded like she smoked 19 packs of cigarettes a day and and I know she drank half a beer every week and just would keep putting it back in the fridge. Her voice was so raspy. She was like, what you need to do is start your day with asking your team, so your guides and guardians around you, show me how worthy I am. Show me how good I am. Show me how good today can be. Because at the end of the day, it's psychology meeting the woo-woo. We're subconsciously rewiring our brain for intention of those things, right? And at the end of my day, I would spend maybe 5 minutes. How did my team show me how good I was, how worthy I was, and how good was today? Even if the most of the day was on fire, where were those pockets, right? So that's my gratitude practice. So setting intention and gratitude, bookending, set intention, gratitude. I'm doing that when everyone's dead asleep before I shut my eyes or when I'm shutting them and falling asleep. Then I get in the morning after I set that intention, I go into the bathroom. While I'm peeing, I literally say my prayer of protection for the day for me and my family. I set that. Sometimes that's when I'm setting my intention is when I'm fucking peeing. And then I go, all right, what message do I need to hear today? And I go to Apple Podcasts, I pick the podcast I want to listen to. So whether it's business or spiritual or whatever, I open it, I say, see all episodes, and I go like this. And so it'll spin. And then I put my finger down. I'm like, that is my message for today. So while I'm in the shower, washing my hair, doing whatever I'm doing, brushing my teeth, all of that, my message for the day, so part of my spiritual practice is playing and feeding into me, setting my intention, helping me hear what I need to hear for the day while I'm getting ready. Even when my kids are interrupting, I pause, listen, unpause, right? So I get at least 25 minutes a day to set my
Right.
intention and do what I need to do. And then I just go from there. And everything's a fucking hope and a prayer,
Yeah.
But
I
like
mean, it's
that sometimes that's
I
all we
fall
have.
asleep like when I go to bed at night, I'm like, I thank my fucking team for putting up with my shit,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes.
Then I call
Sorry, I'm a rabid feral squirrel, but go on.
yeah. So right. Sorry I haven't listened. But thanks for trying. And then I will call back all of my energy from every place that I may have forgot about it or left it or whatever. I call my energy back. And then I say that my protective umbrella protects these people. And then I list the people that my protective umbrella protects. And then usually that's it. I don't have anything left in me. I'm asleep. Sometimes I don't even make it that far.
Hmm.
Okay, whatever. In the morning, it's like I stir the coffee and I do the thing. If I have extra time, that's fine. But I would imagine that you not having time on your yoga mat, if you feel like that's a thing you have to have and you really want to have that time on the yoga mat, I'm betting that you can find that time and not be in your phone or not
Hmm.
spend an extra less 10 minutes on TikTok or Instagram, leave that email till the morning, leave whatever. I mean, when I sat
Priority.
there and I said, I was like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out. I'm not getting any of this stuff done. And I'm like, okay, because at 2:30 in the afternoon, I'll sit down to eat and then I'll get into my phone and then I look up and it's literally 3:45 because I've been on social media and I didn't just eat my lunch. Now I'm just fucking doom scrolling. I'm like, okay, well, that just cut into my day. And now I have a back hour on the back half when I'm exhausted trying to play catch up. And I'm like, okay, if I just you just have to retrain yourself. Put it away.
Yeah.
Put your phone away.
That is the perfect fucking word. You have to retrain yourself, right? Because that nine of cups, right? We're going to go right back to that nine of cups and that Hierophant in reverse. It is decisions. It is intention. It is what the fuck, where your energy and attention goes is what grows. And so, what am I choosing to pull my attention? What am I choosing to pour my attention into? What am I choosing? It's like, I've gotten back. I was a dancer for 25 years. I'm in my 40s now. I'm like perimenopause. I'm like, I have gotten so far from who I used to be years ago in terms of just my physical health. And now I'm like, all right, if I'm going to get back into shape just to feel better, right? Because I'm not sleeping well, my body hurts, whatever, I have to show up for myself
Right.
physically. So why not spiritually and mentally are you showing up for yourself? You have to have non-negotiables. You have to say, so for me, physically, my non-negotiables are Tuesday, Thursday evenings, I go to Pilates, or I do something from home when I don't have the money to do that, right? Like there's YouTube videos out there for fucking free. You figure out also,
Yep.
right, when we're talking about not having the money, you figure out what is free and what you can fucking do, right? So, but non-negotiable time for me is always going to be a Tuesday, Thursday night. And I have to say, when I say non-negotiable, it's I literally plan around that now. I'm like, no, I can't go get wine with you. No, I can't have this meeting with this client. I
Right.
used to be open to everyone for fucking everything. And you know
Yeah.
that, Cupcake, that killed me. Like, decade of my life that I was just no boundaries whatsoever in terms of giving, and
Right.
I didn't know how to receive to
I
and to
just
just to,
learned to say how to say no. Girl, I'm going to be okay. I'm approaching the sixth decade of my life. Like I'm an old bitch, right? I just learned last year how to say no. Are
Mhm.
you kidding me?
Yeah,
Like I just learned how to say no. I just learned that I'm like I don't have to like yes and everybody else's needs first, but it's a rewire. It's still uncomfortable,
yeah. But it's
and I'm
only,
like I have to
here's the
show
thing though, it's only uncomfortable because we are not used to it. That's it.
right, that's it. And you have to get used to it. And it's like my list got shorter. And it's like, I'm not returning, I'm not answering. Just because I got the text. Like when I was growing up, it was you were out in the world, you were just out in the world until
You
you
missed
came
the
home,
call, you missed the
right?
email. But
There wasn't
when I
even
was
an
little, there was
answering
no
machine.
emails. There was no
Right. There wasn't
emails
even
when I
an
was younger.
answering machine, right? So it was like, okay, well, if there was somebody in the house to answer the phone to tell you that somebody called for you, that was cool. But other than that, the phone just rang. And if you weren't there to get it, then you weren't there. Like it wasn't this, like, whatever. So we've become conditioned to if you get a text, you answer it right
Accessibility.
away.
Everyone's
How
got
did you
access to you.
right? You read my text and you didn't answer me. Okay,
Fuck
well, I'm
you.
like,
I
oh,
hate when people
no,
say
but
you left
I'm
me
like,
on red.
okay,
You're damn right
that
I did.
and well, I'm like, okay, I understand that I do have some people in my life that does cause anxiety with, right? And is it my problem? No, but to be respectful. So now I, you can turn those settings off.
Mhm,
So you don't know if I read you or not,
mhm.
you know? And it's not to be rude. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just trying to save you the anxiety of like, oh, maybe she hasn't opened her phone yet.
There's boundaries for you
Right.
though.
But
And
I
that's why I
don't,
say
but it's for
boundaries are
me,
for
but it's for me.
us.
And I can do it respectfully. And it's like,
Yeah.
just because you call. And also, if I text you, don't call me. I agree that this is the level of communication that we're going to have right now. Don't call me. I'm mid text to you. I decided this is what we're doing. If it becomes too much, and I go, hey, can I call you? This is too much for me to thumb right now. No, no, no. I chose this
This is our
way to
mode of
communicate.
communication.
Right. This is what we're doing right now. So, but it's boundaries and it's saying, no, hey, can you drive me to the airport? No, no, I
Mhm.
cannot, you know.
Do
Um,
you, but also without, because I respect of time, right? I know we're getting really over at this point. That is also work we need to do because of what was ingrained in us at a very young age.
oh, a
Why are
thousand
we
percent.
so, why are we so accessible? Why? So
Right.
like this
Well, I mean,
question,
that's attached
we
to a
could
bunch
answer
of
for
stuff that I
hours.
uncovered this week. I went, oh yeah, that's not cute, whatever. But
Mhm.
also not my fault. Not my fault. Like I
But
just,
once you become
learned it
aware, now it's your job
right,
to fix
learned it
it.
right, learned it by watching, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that sucks. let me just not, I don't want that. No, thank you.
Let
No,
me
thank
change that.
you. Let me change that. No, thank you.
No,
So,
thank you.
no, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Well, I think good
I think
job,
for
us.
now, yeah, I think for now that's all we got in us, right?
Yeah.
Talking
So
about
good job, us.
boundaries.
Follow us on Instagram and on the TikToks.
My cards told me to.
And my cards told me to.
Website
And we're
coming
gonna
soon.
right, and we're gonna post Jenn does her readings on there a couple times a week. I'm gonna start posting planet stuff, astrology stuff, maybe some videos of the outside barnyard when they show up.
Oh my God, I cannot fucking wait. I love the videos that you send me via text, and you all need to
Yeah,
see these. They take food from her. I told you she's a legit Disney princess at
yeah.
this
The
point.
raccoon will take food out of my hand. The possum still not so much, but he did climb into a box. You know, um, the crows yell at me. I mean, that's pretty
Mhm.
fabulous. So maybe I'll start posting some animal videos and stuff like that, and just whatever.
Very
And
here for
you
that.
guys can get more familiar with us, and such. In the meantime, go follow us on those platforms,
My cards
and
told me to.
we'll have a Patreon up soon. And yeah, okay,
All right.
bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.